The Russian leader is winning in propaganda and on the ground. That's what the front page of Britain's Spectator magazine claims. A sinister-looking President Putin's on the cover of the latest edition, with RT sharing the spotlight. The edition features two articles, in fact. One speculates if Moscow is trying to trick the world into thinking it's planning an invasion of the Baltics. The other urges the West to stop saber-rattling against Russia and suggests that President Putin is on top in the propaganda war. I spoke earlier to the deputy editor of The Spectator, who told me that Western hysteria towards Russia can be explained by the need for an enemy, and right now Vladimir Putin fits that bill.
I think The Spectator's in the rare and lucky position of not being Russophobic, but also not really being Russophilic. So I think we've got two articles in this issue that look at the matter of Putin, the matter of the Baltic states, and also Syria, and generally the Western hysteria towards Russia.
Brings in the figures, doesn't it? Is that why you've done it? Putin's popular to have on the front cover, that's why you've done it, yeah?
It's obviously a good-selling subject for us, but that doesn't mean we're covering it in a biased way. There's a sort of hysteria about Russia, which I think is some deep psychic need for an enemy, which Putin is filling very neatly for us at the moment. He's winning the information war because it seems his propaganda is rather superior to ours, and we seem to be losing out on many fronts. Have
you got any thoughts about the apparent double standards we're talking about at the moment, certainly this week particularly, about what's happening in Aleppo and what Russia's trying to do there to counter the terrorism, and what's happening in Mosul?
Well, I think there's double standards in Yemen too. I mean, we don't really speak up, our government certainly doesn't speak up as much about what's happening in Yemen, because that's Saudi Arabia, which of course is an ally of ours. There are huge double standards in Western media. There's huge double standards in Eastern media, I'm sure, and even on such an honest channel as Russia Today. But I think the problem is that we aren't as aware of our double standards, and perhaps that's something we need to improve.
And another British news magazine is playing the Russian card too. The print edition of The Economist is about to hit the shelves with a special report entitled Putinism on its front cover.